Sports Timeout Podcast with Jensen Maydew, Tony Caranco, and your host, Wes Underwood.
And welcome into this week's edition of the Sports Timeout Podcast, brought to you by Jeffersons, free fried pickle Fridays. Also, be sure to head there to watch the mini bowl games that are going to take place over the next couple days, tonight and tomorrow. And get some wings, grab a drink, take some friends. And while you're at it, go ahead and check out Robert's Integrative Dentistry in Joplin. And get your dentist needs in for the 2025 year. And if you're looking for that brighter, straighter smile for your new year, and be sure to schedule your appointment today at 417-622-0404. And also don't forget to check out TeeTime in Webb City. Be sure to grab your friends and ring in the new year at TeeTime, where gameplay will be half price and they will be open from 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. And if that doesn't intrigue you, come on out and get one of these delicious iced coffees. I got mine hot tonight. I'm doing the show here at TeeTime, and would love to have some stuff going on in the background, but as I mentioned that we are here, we've got the TV going on over here in the background, and people were playing pickleball, and they've come to an end, but as we pre-record this, and come on over here, have a good time, bring your friends out, have a good night, come play some half-price golf. And if you don't want to do golf and it's warm enough out, come on out and play some pickleball. And they've got the TV out here too that you can probably watch a bowl game on if you really want to. They got these heated seats, they got the heaters behind me, and just come check it out. And on that note, before we get started, might be joined by Jensen here in a little bit. If not, no big deal. We'll ring in the new year together and do this show before we get started. So make sure to hit that subscribe and follow button on YouTube. And first up, we'll talk NCAA and we talk bowl games. And first up, we have Mizzou and Iowa today at 1:30. And let me tell you, before I get this pulled up here, Mizzou and Iowa, I never even would have thought that this would be a game. And we'll go over a little bit of statistics here, some game info and how to watch and all that kind of stuff. But Mizzou and Iowa, I didn't think that it would be this way, but Mizzou kind of gave up in a couple games. Drew Pine had to come in, and just talking here for Mizzou athletics and Mizzou sports for football. What basketball's looking good, and you got some stuff going on there, but how they finished the season, I thought they did relatively well. And Mizzou's come a long way. I haven't really followed Iowa this year that much, and I don't know what they bring to the table, but here's some stuff that I've looked up, and Iowa has accepted the invitation to the Perfect Music City Bowl for the second time in 3 seasons. The Hawkeyes have qualified for a bowl game in 12 straight seasons. That's pretty impressive. They tied for 7th longest streak in FBS. And Iowa is one of 5 teams in the FBS to have won at least 8 games in each of the last 9 completed seasons. And they took on Alabama, Georgia, Clemson, Ohio State. The Hawkeyes have won 9+ games 10 times under head coach Kirk Ferentz. If I said that right, said it wrong, I apologize, Iowa fans. I know that you'll get on me here, but only thing I know about Iowa over the last few years is Caitlin Clark. So that's about where I'm at there. But Ferentz has 204 career victories as Iowa's head coach, second most in Big Ten history. With the next victory, he will tie Ohio State's Woody Hayes with 205 from the most overall wins in league history. And as you can, I don't know if you can hear that behind me, but people are getting their horns out and they're taking things on. So be sure to tune into ESPN at 1:30 today, December 30th, and check them out and catch that bowl game. And as for Mizzou's side, Coach Drinkwitz getting things going for Mizzou at the end there. They really had a good season overall, and I can't complain about Mizzou's season. Just Brady Cook, the senior quarterback there, completed 63% of his passes this year, 2,248 yards, 9 touchdowns, and 2 interceptions. And I mean, he battled the injury bug. He had a lot going on, and things were just happening there. But he helped the Tigers go 2-1 in the final 3 games of this season. And I mean, nearly taking down South Carolina in South Carolina, and then beating Mississippi State and Starkville, and then Arkansas at home to close out the regular season. We all saw that one. Nate Noel, pretty speedy guy for the Tigers. He was able to get things going for the Tigers, as he had 804 rushing yards on the season to go, 5.3 yards a carry. Noel's Missouri's primary goal line guy, but he ended up doing some big roles and which really belonged to Marcus Carroll. And Noel is a slippery, speedy guy, and looking forward to watching what he can do. Theo Weiss, wide receiver. A lot of talk about Luther Burden not playing in this game, but Weiss was Missouri's leading receiver this season. 55 catches, 809 yards, 3 touchdowns on the season, and is listed 6'2", 210. I mean, I'm excited to see what he can do there too. Theo Weiss just kind of came out of nowhere. I mean, a lot of Mizzou fans have heard about him and seen the things that he can do. And then you get Cameron Johnson outside of Ahmad Membao. Johnson has been Missouri's best offensive lineman this season per PFF. And I mean, just being able to look at that and seeing the things that he's been able to do. Then you got defensive end Johnny Walker, Corey Flagg, middle linebacker there, Chris McClellan, defensive tackle, and safety Dylan Carnell. I mean, the list goes on there. I mean, you've seen Nick Bolton and just Guy Witherspoon in years past, and Michael Sam when he was there was phenomenal. I mean, just the guys that have come out of this school historically. But what should we know about the Missouri Tiger offense? I mean, down the board, 2025 and 2024. Sorry, I mean, they really never found a rhythm. Week 12 against South Carolina was a problem that Mizzou couldn't afford any more losses, and they did. They lost a close one, 34-30, and that CFP hopes they just died. And I mean, that took a huge hit for this team, and just everybody was pretty much out of it at that point. And I think you saw that as the team continued to play. Like, they wanted to prove more after that loss, and things just continued to happen there. But I'm looking forward to this matchup. Iowa poses a pretty good threat, and we could see a really good game. Last year, Mizzou dominated Ohio State, which I don't understand how Ohio State's been able to do what they've done, but Mizzou proved that they could beat pretty much the same team, and they dominated them last year. They dominated them. So here's what we got for the rest of our matchups. Going to look these up here. But really looking forward to that Mizzou one here, being a Mizzou fan. And since we cover them here in the state of Missouri, being a podcast here, we're really excited for that. And so, as we mentioned, number 19 Missouri taking on Iowa. And then tomorrow, we've got December 31st matchups, New Year's Eve. And you got number 11 Alabama taking on Michigan. And that is going to be in Tampa, Florida at Raymond James Stadium on ESPN at 11. The Reliquist Bowl, and really looking forward to that one. Michigan, see what they can do without Coach Harbaugh. I mean, they were able to put together a decent season, but we all know how that worked out for him in the NFL. But hey, next up, we got Louisville at Washington at 1 p.m. on CBS. Tony the Tiger Sun Bowl. Yep. Louisville and Washington, the Tony the Tiger Sun Bowl. I guess it's better than the Pop-Tart Bowl and the resurrection of the Pop-Tart that got eaten last year. I don't know what was going on there. Then you had the sprinkles on the sideline. Man, I'd rather much see Tony the Tiger out there. I really would. I would 100% like to see Tony the Tiger. 100%. Way more than I do a Pop-Tart being eaten or resurrecting from the dead. And I don't know what was going on, but they had a lot going on in that bowl game just besides football. It wasn't just football. It was a performance. Better than Beyonce's, I'll give it that. Better than Beyonce's. But yeah. So then number 15, South Carolina, who we just talked about, playing against Mizzou. They take on number 20, Illinois, in the Cheez-It Citrus Bowl. I'm not quite certain on the name there, how you get Cheez-It and citrus together, but okay. That's going to be in Orlando, and that will be at 2 p.m. on ABC. That should be a good game. I think South Carolina will give Illinois a run for their money. I think that's going to be a fun one to watch. And then Baylor, LSU, 2:30 on ESPN. Excited for that one. It's the Kinder's Texas Bowl. Baylor, LSU kind of had a little bit of a mediocre season. They did well. Both teams did okay. They got bowl eligible, so they're able to do what they do. Number 6, Penn State. Number 3, Boise State. 6:30 p.m. on ESPN. The cheapest college football playoff quarterfinal game to date, that is. Tickets as low as $44 for this one. It's going to be at the State Farm Stadium in Glendale, Arizona. A lot of people are shocked at how Boise State got in there. I mean, yes, we all know, I've been told, but oh man, that iced coffee here at TeeTime really good and hot right now. Hot. And yeah, but Penn State. I really hope that they rock the world of Boise State. Okay. I hope that they win this quarter final, the Verbo Fiesta Bowl. And I say Penn State pulls this one out. And then January 1st, we get the rest of the college football final or quarter final playoff games. And first up, we'll have number 5 Texas at Arizona. Arizona State, number 4, obviously. They'll play at noon. Tickets are as low as $1,700. And not going to get out there. No, thanks. It's in Atlanta, Georgia. Not worth the drive. I'm staying home. Also, Ohio State, number 8, taking on number 1 Oregon. I'm really looking forward to this. Seeing Ohio State here, just where they make it. Okay. Not too intrigued after last year losing to Mizzou the way they did. So college football quarter, that is the Rose Bowl in the quarterfinal, presented by Prudential. Okay. And those tickets are $321. It's in Pasadena. It's at the Rose Bowl. That's respectable. And then you got number 7, the nightcap. This is going to be number 7 taking on number 2, Georgia, 7:45 p.m. And that is going to be the All-State Sugar Bowl in the quarterfinal playoffs. So lots of good games to get to, lots of things happening, and really excited for these bowl games. I don't know how it's going to be. I don't know what's going to happen, but I'm really excited to sit back and watch. I didn't want to do predictions for these. We might give the next round some predictions, but for here, I'm just going to leave it. Those are the games you get. Going to be entertaining at that, and I'm excited for them. Next up, we move over to the NFL, and we go ahead and we talk the playoff standings, and AFC is pretty much set. Okay, so the last teams that are really cooking to get in right now, Indy lost, Cincinnati and the Broncos. Okay, Kansas City, this comes to you. All right. We all know the Cincinnati Bengals are going to give their best and they're going to play hard and they're going to probably win the last game of the season. So you get to pick and choose right here if you're Kansas City. Do you want Denver in the playoffs? They currently are in. They currently hold the 7 seed and they currently are going to be that team. Or do you want to get rid of another division rival because the Chargers are already in there? And then do we want the Cincinnati Bengals? Do we want Joe Burrow? Do we want a chance of facing him because they will be the lower seed? They will be the seed that comes to Arrowhead if they make it past the first round in the wild card. Well, we'll see. I'd really like to see Cincinnati get in, as hard as that is for me to say. I don't like Bo Nix. They almost beat the Chiefs. Cincinnati had their woes, and I think that they're going to have their woes in Arrowhead again. Arrowhead is a place that they've proven that they can play, but I don't think they're ready for it yet. Okay. I think on the NFL side for the AFC, I don't really see a lot happening. Okay. I really don't. And I'm excited for this. I really want to see the Chiefs beat the Broncos and just hold that over them, but I don't know. Do I want to see Bo Nix again? Maybe. Do I want to see Joe Burrow and Arrowhead? I don't know. I don't know. Maybe after everything's said and done, I'll give my final opinion. But right now, either one of them I'll take in there. I'll see what they do. Are they going to make it past the wild card? Who knows? The Chargers are definitely the stronger team. The Steelers, the 5 seed, They're a stronger team. Houston, the Texans, I mean, they're in a little bit of a rough patch now with Dell going down. They competed with Kansas City fairly well in Kansas City, so I do fear that team. Baltimore with Henry, I don't know. I don't know what to expect there. The Bills and the Bengals and the Broncos and the Chargers are my teams that I fear the most. I don't fear Baltimore and I don't fear Houston, just with all the woes that they're going to go through. Expect a different Lamar in the playoffs. Okay. Expect a different Lamar. CJ Stroud, we'll see. We'll see what he can do. We'll see what he can do. And the Denver Broncos, I don't know, Bo Nix or Joe Burrow. I'm still festering. I I don't know. I don't know what I want. I really don't. But NFC side though, we got the Lions, Eagles, the Rams, the Falcons, maybe. We'll see where they end up. Tampa and the Falcons are going to make it fun. Tampa Bay proving a point. And yeah, Seattle, can they win? Can they get in? Washington, Commanders, can they hold where they're at? Can they stay at the 7 seed? I don't know. I don't know. Atlanta wins a tiebreak over Tampa Bay based on head-to-head winning percentage. So Atlanta is going to have to lose for Tampa Bay to be the sure winner of that division and be the 4 seed. The Detroit Lions, they're going to have to win the tiebreak over Minnesota based on a head-to-head win percentage, and that game is tonight. Okay, we'll see how it goes. That game is going to be tonight. If Detroit can win here this evening, it's going to be great. Yes, they're not playing the Vikings. Okay, don't get me wrong there. But Minnesota, they come to Detroit on January 5th, this upcoming Sunday. And if they're both tied, we'll see. We'll see. Hopefully Detroit can pull it out. They can get it. I really like Detroit. I really like this team that they've put together. I really like their story. I like where they've come from. If you haven't watched Peyton Manning playoff drought, right? Let's see if it ends the Super Bowl drought. We'll see. Him and Jeff Daniels did that salt bath in the end zone. Believe it if you don't want to believe it, whatever. I mean, we'll see where you're at there. But did Peyton Manning break that curse for that team? And should they put a statue up of Peyton Manning outside of Detroit Stadium there? We'll see. We'll see. All right, we'll go ahead and move on and we'll talk NBA standings and kind of jumping around a lot here. But NBA, a lot going on. Man, the Cavaliers, 27-4 right now. Boston, 4 games back of them. They're 23-9. The Knicks, they're looking for real at the moment. Orlando, they're looking pretty good. The Hawks, pretty decent. The Bucks, they lost to the Bulls, but the Bulls are holding that 9 spot at 14-18 over Detroit. And I mean, they're in the play-in matches right now. Again, Chicago fan here, if you haven't noticed, but a lot going on. A lot going on. That's in the Eastern Conference. And then the Western Conference, you got Oklahoma City Thunder. They got a 4-game lead. They've only lost 5 to this point. They're 13-2 at home, 13-3 on the road. They look good. They're 4-1 in the division. They're 17-5 in the conference. They're averaging 115 points a game. That's second best, third best to the Memphis Grizzlies, who are averaging 123, and the Dallas Mavericks, who are at 117 a game. And I mean, even the Nuggets are 120 a game. If the Nuggets can get out of a slump, I feel like they're in, then I feel like the Nuggets are going to be that late run team. I mean, we're almost halfway through this season already, and a lot is about ready to happen. Okay. I can see the Nuggets making it up to about the 2 or 3 seed, to be honest, with where they're at right now. They're at 17-13. They're only 8.5 out of first place. They're only what, 3.5 back from the Grizzlies. So plenty of ball to be played in the NBA still, but that's what I think. My hot take there, unless if the Nuggets just implode, I've got the Nuggets going up into that spot 2-3. I see the Grizzlies kind of fizzling out a little bit, and I see the Rockets kind of fizzling back a little bit. We'll see, though. We'll see if that holds true. Don't hold me to that right now. Give me a couple weeks. Maybe after the new year, we'll go February, and we'll start talking this again. But right now, almost at the midway point. Yeah, I Cleveland, they look good. They really do. The Thunder, they look good. They really do. Boston can be that team. The Heat, they're in the middle. A lot of talk about Jimmy Butler being gone. Don't know why, but I think that they can pull it together and they can do things there. So, and speaking of different things, we'll go ahead and continue in the NBA and we'll talk the Lakers and D'Angelo Russell to the Nets in a 4-player deal. Not really quite certain what this brought, but I mean, the Lakers traded D'Angelo Russell, Maxwell Lewis, and 3 second-round picks to the Brooklyn Nets. Brooklyn, yeah. Anyway, to the Nets. Dorian Finney-Smith, Shaka Milton. It was announced Sunday. We'll see what that does for the Lakers. They sent their own second-round picks in 2027 and 2030, and then 2031 to the Nets for these guys. Russell, the second overall pick in the 2015 draft, he's averaging 12.4 points a game, 2 rebounds, 4 assists, and then 28-year-old point guard returns to the Nets, where he played for the 2017 and 18 season. So, and then the Lakers get a versatile 3 and D player. Okay. And Finley Smith, the 31-year-old, averages 10.4 points a game. And yeah, I'm not really certain here about what you're doing. Are the Lakers wanting to tank? Or are they just bringing in bodies at this point? I don't know. Like, LeBron's sitting. He's got another night out. Anthony Davis, I'm sure, is going to be sitting here soon. But I don't know. I don't get it. Finley Smith is the only player in the NBA this season to defend guards, forwards, and centers each of the last 15 half-court matchups per game. And according to the second spectrum, he is on pace to average at least 10 points in a season for the second time in his career. So with this trade, they're thrilled to add a physically toughness and elite shooting that Dorian Finney-Smith will bring to the core. The Lakers general manager, Robb Pelinka, said in a statement, "We also greatly value the playmaking of Shake Milton, and we are excited for our fans to get both of these players out on the court." Lakers coach J.J. Redick has preached positional versatility and toughness in his roster, and attributes that the franchise's addition should get help with. And the Los Angeles Lakers create salary and luxury tax flexibility, saving a total of $15 million. There it is right there. $15 million saved. You know, at some point, is it worth it? I guess we'll see. But I don't know. Another head shaker for me. This LeBron, you've won 1 championship out of it, okay? Okay. I don't know. Enough here in the NFL or NBA. I got the game going on right here beside me. If you haven't told, I've got the TV just flashing in my face here at the TeeTime, and while we're recording, big screen out front. If you ever want to come watch, come on out to TeeTime. And next up, we talk Sporting Kansas City. They announced their roster moves ahead of the 2025 season. These have been announced a while back, but players that they kept the options on, they chose 7. Stephen Afrifa, William Agata, Zoran Basong, Logan Ndembe, Mimo Rodriguez, Ryan Sheway, okay, and Robert Volder. And then they declined the options for Castellanos, Cicerones, Flores, Rindov, in addition to following 4 players who are out of the contract and will not return to the club: Andreo Fontas, Tim Melia, Johnny Russell, and Remy Voltaire. But good news, right? Out of Kansas City Academy, you get Ian James coming in, Jack Kortkamp. I've heard is a heck of a defender in the goal. We'll see. I mean, you're losing a legend, Amelia, and you didn't bring back. Well, I don't know. I can't remember if they brought him back or not. I'm kind of spacing here for a second. Not 100% on that, but Court Camp could be the future. Shea Way, I thought would be the future. I mean, the guy is good. He did well in college, and I'm expecting the best for him. Fernandez, he'll be back, I believe. And then the team also lost Caden Pierre and Johnny's. His status is uncertain, but Castellanos, Cicerones, Flores, Rindov, Fontas, Melia, Johnny Russell, Remy Voltaire, and Felipe Hernandez are without a club. I don't know if we see a reuniting of Johnny Russell towards the season's beginning, but a lot of people are not happy with how things have unfolded here in sporting. And we got a long off season ahead. Season's coming up quicker than we think. I mean, it's already almost January tomorrow, right? So, well, 2 days. Sorry. It's the day before New Year's Eve. So, I don't know. I don't know. I kind of want to stop talking on this one for now until I get some more sure things. But those being said, we move on over to the Kansas City Current, and they provide an update on their roster back in December, early December on the 10th, and heading into the offseason, the Current provided an update on the club's roster. 18 players under contract, including the recently announced new contracts for Nichelle Prince. Congratulations, very well deserved for her, and Vanessa DiBernardo as well. Those ladies did their job last year, and they produced big time for this club, and to see them come back, amazing. And then earlier this year, Kansas City exercised the options on Reagan Stegler, forward Bia Zanerato, and they signed prior to the 2024 season. And then Zanerato had that injury. She should be good to go this upcoming season. The club declined the options for defender Sophie Braun, Stein Balsager Peterson. Braun finished the 2024 season on loan to Spokane Zephyr and the USL Super League. Balsager arrived at Kansas City in late 2023. She appeared in 22 games, including 19 this last season. She scored her first career NWSL goal on became one of a record 18 players to score when she found the back of the net in late June against Portland. And then Nigerian forward signed with the Current Ajeke. Don't even quote me on that, but she remains on loan to the USL Super League Carolina Ascent through 2024. And then forward Hilda Maija, who joined the club in August. They had her on loan. It expired. Will be allowed to return to her former club. And then midfielder Desiree Scott announced she would retire. So goalkeepers Katie Farine, AD Franch, and Almus Schultz are out of contract, along with defenders Elizabeth Ball, Mallory Weber, and Kristen Hamilton. And under the CBA, signed between the NWSL and NWSLPA, all 6 players are free agents, and they're able to negotiate with new contract with any team in the NWSL, including Kansas City. I don't know if we see Ball. I don't know if we see Hamilton back. I don't know if we see Schultz, who came on very strong, especially with the signing that we're getting ready to talk about here in a minute. But AD Franch, I don't know if we see her back, to be honest. A staple for this team in AD, and I don't know if she'll be back. That I guess will be at her discretion. Does she go retire with the team that she started with? Who knows? We'll see. We'll see. But the 18 on the roster: Alana Cook, Haley Mace, Gabrielle Robinson, Izzy Rodriguez, Kayla Sharples, Ryan Stakledger, Ellie Wheeler for sure. Got that extension for her as well. Dabinia got her extension. DiBernardo got her extension. Bailey Feist, Claire Hutton, Jericho, Lola Bonta, and then Timwa Chawinga, Michelle Cooper, Alex Pfeiffer, Nichelle Prince, and Bia Zanerato. And then The news that we all found out about on December 23rd, just a few days ago, they signed the Brazilian goalkeeper in Lorena and 3-year contract through 2027. Exciting for this team. Young goalkeeper, played well for Brazil. Excited to see where this goes for her. And yeah, very, very, very excited. Very, very excited for where these teams are going. Sporting, I'm not intrigued with yet, but they could get there. Okay. And then the current. But next up, we have an interview with Sam Speck and Coach Robb for the Commets FC and Joplin's new semi-pro UPSL team coming in. And here's that for you. Take a look. And well, now we go ahead and talk soccer, and that's brought to you by the Corner Kick in Neosho. Be sure to stop by the Corner Kick, located at 1411 Blue Oak Lane, Suite C, Neosho, Mo. They have the largest soccer store in Southwest Missouri. And where are you at now, Sam?
So we just opened up our West. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah.
Opened up our second location. I'm standing outside right now. This is outside Next Level Soccer Center, located in Springdale, Arkansas. You kind of see through the windows there what the store looks like. I'll take you guys on a quick tour of the facility. Kendall Spencer owns Next Level Soccer Center. He also coaches at Arkansas Comets, which is where Rob and myself coach at. There's a couple of the fields. As you can tell, It's busy down here today. They're doing rentals. League starts back up next week.
That's awesome.
And then we're located right across from the fields. And quick tour of the store. So we got all the best kits you could ask for. Good selection of youth stuff. Club America just won the Liga MX. Got the brand new, I know Rob will like this. Got the brand new Inter Miami Messi kits in. Rob's a big fan of Messi. That'll be a whole nother podcast.
You get a free bowl of soup with that. Everything good.
The kids Real Madrid tops. And then socks, shin guards, balls, just like the slogan says, everything soccer, total football. And my favorite part of the store, the boot wall.
Oh, man, yes.
Got all the top boots. All the way
not
down.
Not as cool as your boot wall you got to see in SKC, though. So.
Oh, that was cool. That was cool. These that was
a good time.
Little bitty messy boots.
That's impressive.
We also, Rob, for all my Ronaldo lovers, have the little bitty Ronaldo boots. So we got it all. Everything soccer. We're stoked to be down here in Springdale. Northwest Arkansas is not just booming in business, it's booming in the world of footy. And so we couldn't be happier to be down here, and just want to get the word out. We're open 6 days of the week down here, and excited to help continue growing the game.
Yeah, excited for that. And well, you continue to grow the game in the area in ways that people probably didn't even think of. I mean, especially since we'll talk about this here a little bit, but since the demise left, and I mean, now we bring in Robb, and he's been with us here the whole time, if you haven't noticed down there at the bottom. But hey, we officially introduce him, and UPSL Commets FC. He's going to be the head coach here for the team in Joplin, and welcome in.
Thank you. Great to glad to be here. Excited.
Yeah. How's it going? How's everything going for you here in the area?
It's been great. I mean, I've primarily I coach in Springdale at the Commets facility. I just finished up at the 05s, and we've taken on the 2011s. We're a year into that project, and now we have a new project with the UPSL team. So I'm kind of geeked about that, and getting it, doing it right, doing it the right way. So.
We'll kind of give a brief intro here for you. And I mean, 30 years plus experience in the game as a coach, which has gotten you in the USSF National B license area. Mm-hmm. And then you've got KNVB, UEAFC, and then you have FA level 1 and 2. Mm-hmm. And then you have an advanced national goalkeeping license, USC national diploma, USC premier diploma, FIFA diploma, and the football medicine side. Yeah, I mean, quite a list.
I've been doing this a long time. Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, Wes, not to cut you off or anything, but just to get into a few of those abbreviations, because there was a lot of stuff there. So like I'm doing the U.S. soccer pathway. Just finished up my D license. Robb is all the way up to a B license.
Oh wow.
On the U.S. soccer pathway. Obviously, the only thing above that's an A. So kind of gives Robb the
awesome.
How much money you want to throw at it?
Nah, that's another podcast too. But the other cool abbreviations there, the FA. So that is through the Football Association over in England, in Europe, and then the UEFA stuff is the governing FIFA body over the UEFA Champions League. So really, really high. I think Robb's kind of a cool thing there. His story of doing his training and hands-on coaching work there with Ajax, which is a historically phenomenal youth program, all the way up through the adults, being Kings of Europe several times. Robb will tell you if it ain't Dutch, it ain't much.
That's right.
That's fun. That's good. That's good.
What was in the background?
Do what?
Oh, I heard something in the background. Like maybe it's some feedback or something.
Yeah, there might be. We've got some people playing over here. So I'm outside tonight. This is unusual for me. Usually I'm in a bay. It's nice and quiet, but I've got a TV off to my side. If you can kind of see it illuminating my face, and then got the football game going on, and then we got pickleball going on next door. So it's a nice night out, and people are out just playing some pickleball here.
Gotcha.
I was kind of hoping to have some nice graphics to where I could have the back opened up here, but those didn't pan out yet. So
we're playing pickleball in the background.
Yeah, I think it'd be funny. I think it'd be great. It's kind of like watching Pat McAfee, right? Never know what he's got going on in the background.
Exactly.
So yeah. So we talk all that, and everything being said, why Joplin and specifically the Commets FC?
I think this is something that's been a long time. The easy answer is to say it's not. Everybody else say it's a long time coming. With a lot of the colleges in this area and a lot of the clubs. When I say clubs, you have Comets, and they have a couple. There's a couple in Springfield, but primarily, the competitive part of it comes through Arkansas Comets. Samir's I've known, who's our director. I've known since I was 9 years old. Who I learned the game from, and still learn the game from every day. It's always a question and answer. So you have that one person in your professional, in your private life, which is Samir with me, and I can it's almost like it's like a father-son relationship.
That's awesome.
And it's funny. It's after every match, I'll go in and have a discussion, or win or lose or draw. I always go in and have a discussion with them. What did it look like? How did we look? It's always good to have a second, third opinion on things. So, but as far as Joplin, go back to your question.
Not long hair, I wouldn't do it.
I think we can. I just think we have an opportunity to get it done right, and with Comets supporting it in a sense. It's going to get done right. It'll be done the right way.
That's good.
I have no idea really for the most part of what did or didn't happen with Demise. But once again, you have a place, you have a club like Comets who've been around since 1992. So there's a lot of there's a lot of
they kind of left the town in kind of a confusion state and like a why and how can we trust this? So what do you see? Yeah. What do you envision yourself doing with the community and kind of help get that support back?
Once again, the easy way is to say to do things the right way. I think that term is used. Sometimes it's used in a good way. And I think if we do things the right way, we don't make promises we can't keep. We develop players. We open a pathway for players to come from the club or from anywhere, a youth side as well as an older side. So we have so we have guys that tried out who kind of their professional option has kind of gone past them.
Yeah,
but they can actually help. They still have that. There's still some gas in the tank. There's a couple of guys I've kidded around about that. I think this is this is a good opportunity. I mean, there's really good talent in this area, and for the life of me, especially with Joplin, I don't understand why Joplin has not had I don't understand why Joplin's not been successful at the club level. It doesn't make sense, especially because when you have Missouri Southern and you have a JUCO just down the street.
Yeah,
they play.
Pitt State's kind of blowing up with a heck of a program they're starting.
They had a really good season.
Missouri State a little bit further north. That's always up and about.
Yeah, so I mean, it's just baffled me why we've not had the success, or there's not been success there, and the opportunities there. I mean, they built a whole. What is that place? There's a place over here in Joplin they built for. I think it was specifically with the idea when Demise came in.
Complex.
Yeah, and I said, I mean, the want to is obviously there. It's just getting the right situation and the right people involved. I think finally, maybe, hopefully, everything is going to be done the right way, and it'll be, obviously, winning takes care of everything. When you win a lot of games, that helps. So maybe that'll help as well. So yeah.
We go ahead and talk into that and shift to that, and we'll talk the team. I mean, you held those tryouts a few weeks ago, and how do you build that chemistry and camaraderie in the short time before the season begins? And then what do you do to implement and initiate the preparation for the season ahead? Because now it's just a few months away, and I mean, you got this young team that's come out to try out. You don't know a whole lot about them yet, but you're going to start learning about them pretty quick, unless you do. I mean, you might. So,
well, to find out where we're at, I think the best way to do it, we want to scrimmage. We want to set up scrimmages, probably with a couple of JUCOs, with some, maybe with a couple of NA or D2 or D3, D2 schools, or maybe even D1, to start kind of building that. That's going to be the best way. This year one, you find out where you're at. Fortunately, I know a lot. I've coached a lot of these guys, worked with a lot of these guys. So then that kind of helps when the right hand knows what the left hand's doing. We've had a good group come in and buy in to what we're doing. I'm really, 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 really pleased with the way that the guys are, the individuals, the players are buying into what we're doing.
Awesome.
We had a scrimmage early on. We scrimmaged one of our younger our U19 team. And it's just kind of find out where we're at, and we've got a lot of work to do. So we got a lot of things to figure out. I think the good thing is we've got about probably before we actually start playing. Sam, is it in February? I think when we begin.
We should start around mid-March. But I think to tap on what Coach is saying there, one of the things we did is right after tryouts, we jumped straight into training. So we know we're behind the 8 ball in getting a team sorted and ready to play and compete at the top level. I mean, make no mistake, our goal is to finish top 2 and give ourselves a shot at going to regionals right out the gate. So we're training 2 nights a week. Right now we're off for a couple weeks for the holidays, but we'll be back at it next week. Training outdoor. It's cold out. Doesn't matter. You're at home enjoying hot chocolate. We're getting better. So
no, I'm outside recording this show tonight. So hey, Happy New Year. I feel you.
No, that's what it's about. We got to get them to a point where it's not just Rob and I setting the standards, but it's them buying in so much that they hold each other accountable to the standards. That's when we'll know we have a team.
So what will it look like for player roster decisions and getting those ready for opening day? And after that, actually, because are you going to kind of keep that to yourselves, or are you going to make it known a little bit before time begins, or?
Game day rosters, we don't release any information. I just don't like the idea of putting stuff out there online for game day rosters. I mean, we'll have an 18. We'll release our 18, that'll be available. But as far as who's starting, I'm not going to do that. Spec handles a lot of that stuff. As far as the operational stuff, and he's helps out. He's helped me a ton as far as the decision making on who goes and who stays and all that. We had I thought we had a really good turnout.
I think we had 72 at tryouts.
That's final number. That's fantastic.
That's incredible.
It's a great headache for a coach, for a couple of coaches to have that much quality.
And the headache keeps getting bigger because guys keep wanting. We have more guys trying out.
72
is kind
of our first time taking any sort of break since we had tryouts, and we got guys blowing up the WhatsApp group saying, "When do we get back to it, coach?" So the environment has been set, so it's good.
All right, so I'm gonna be the Danny Rosero from if you've seen it, the big show Ted Lasso. But hey, I'm gonna come into one of your practices and just throw everybody off. How about that?
Okay, yeah.
Come check it out.
Yeah, that definitely
Football
sounds
is life.
like a plan. I mean,
it'd be fun.
I mean, to be transparent, I've been literally bouncing off the wall the last couple of weeks because we haven't been doing anything.
I can imagine.
Once we stopped, it's one of those deals where you have your 2011, you have your younger group, and then you got the older guys trying to keep them going. And then when they bought into it, and now they want to. It's funny how these guys are. The older players get, the more they kind of revert back to playing as when they're younger, because they just once they start getting out there and they start flying around, it's kind of it's kind of cool to see them kind of fall back to 27, 20-year-old guy kind of fall back and run around like he's 15.
It's a privilege to coach at this level. The intensity, the quality, the speed of play, the physicality of it. It's a solid group. I'm proud to be a part of this, and I cannot wait to see what the season brings.
So what number will you be wearing, Sam, and when can we expect you on the field with the team? Because your hype is up there. And
Oh, yeah. No, Rob touched on earlier about some of these guys that professional has passed them.
Yeah.
That's why we started coaching. That's this guy.
Yeah. Sure.
Rob, put me in. I can see it now. Put me in now.
I got 5 minutes left in me. Let's go. We've got some really. I think and it wasn't amazing. We've got some really good players.
Yeah,
we're pretty for first or season one team. I think we're gonna be okay.
I think so too.
What can the fans expect to see from this club? You mentioned top 2 finish. What are your expectations there?
I expect us to be successful in what we attempt to do. Anything less than anything. I've seen the teams that we'll be playing, and there's obviously quality everywhere, and it's a lot like the professional game. It's a lot like it's a professional game. It's what have you done for me lately? And a lot of guys will come in and go, and so to find that right group, that's going to be the key. Is if we have the right combination of players, and are we there yet? We still got work to do, but it's early. So, we got a lot. Of course, Sam will tell you, and I'll be the first to tell you that I don't. I'm always you would think there's times where you think we're losing 10. We're losing 10 to nothing.
Oh my goodness!
Okay.
Yeah. Well, we appreciate your time and looking forward to get to know you. Is there anything else that you guys want to add before we hop off?
One of the things I wanted to touch on really quick, just to not get it confused with anything, bringing in the UPSL team to the Joplin area does by no means make it a Joplin thing. We want the support of the community, and we're going to do things in the community, but we've got players from Springfield, Springdale, Rogers, Pittsburgh, Kansas, Carl Junction, Joplin, Carthage, Neosho.
Yeah.
It's going to be the community is what's going to make or break it, and the surrounding communities. And we plan on playing a major role in the community and doing what we can to support where we can and provide service where we can and be involved.
Awesome. Sounds good. Well, we're looking forward to it. I know here at the podcast, we're looking forward to it. And Coach, nice to meet you. And
nice to meet you as well.
Always good to have you on. Yeah. Guys, take care and get back at it here in a week or so. I'll be doing the same too, just not as intense.
Well, I definitely look forward to meeting you, and maybe at some point in time you can come out and interview some of our players individually, and you kind of see where their heads are at. And I'd like to find out where their heads are at now. So we can know where we're at. So we'll
We'll work on getting Rob up there to a Sporting KC match with us.
Yeah, absolutely. more knowledge in the room definitely helps for sure.
That sounds like a plan. I stayed with the old NASL. That's kind of where I fall back. And I went to NASL games back when I was a kid, and I don't know, the MLS. I just, it has its purpose, I guess. So it is what it is. So yeah. So.
Wes, thanks so much for having us on tonight.
Yeah,
guys,
anytime.
remember, come pick up your futsal shoes at the Corner Kick, Neosho area, or Northwest Arkansas Springdale area.
Yeah. I got mine Black Friday. I'm rocking them right now, actually. So
nice.
But,
very cool.
You guys take care, and we'll see y'all later.
All right, take care. Thank you. Nice to meet you, Wes. Thank you so much.
You too. Great stuff out of them. Congrats, Sam, on your new place down there. I meant to get Sporting and the Current in there for this, but Corner Kick down in Neosho. Go check them out for your football needs. And next up, we'll head to the local sports update brought to you by Trackside Burgers. They're open at 1515 West 10th Street in Joplin. Go get some weekend barbecue this weekend. Also, kids eat free on Monday as long as parents buy an adult meal, entree. Be sure to get over there and get in there this new year and support Chef Mike and his crew, and very good food. You won't be disappointed. And Moso women, they return home this Saturday as they take on the University of Arkansas Fort Smith at 1:30 p.m. with the men to follow. And that's about it for the local sports update. And now we go to the 2-minute warning brought to you by Ghetto Tacos on Fridays. Get 10% off burritos all day long. They do close at 8 p.m. So they're located at 536 Northeast Street in Webb City. Drive-through available, 417-717-1261. Make sure you stop by and get some food. Asada fries are phenomenal. And then try the new, not so new, California burrito. Really good. Always get the molita, whatever you want to get there. Local basketball, Joplin boys will host Lebanon this Friday at 7:30 p.m. The Carthage Tigers will host Monette Friday as well. Game time set for 7:30 p.m. tip as well. Webb City boys will play at Pittsburgh on Friday as well. And the girls for Webb City will play at Pittsburgh on Friday. All these games tip at 7:30 p.m. And everyone else will be back in action next week. So, music's here. So it's the end of another episode. And for Tony, Jensen, Clint, and myself, have a great and safe New Year's. Enjoy your football. Enjoy your family. Wrap up the end of the year with any of our sponsors. Get out there and get some stuff. Come on out to TeeTime for their specials for New Year's Eve. And just get out here and take advantage of that half-price bay time. And just come enjoy time with your family over here. And again, if it's warm enough, come on out and play some pickleball. Had some people out here earlier, and you kind of heard them in the interview there with Coach Robb and Coach Speck. And just looking forward to the new year. Any resolutions you guys got, drop them in the comments. Let us know. Maybe we can help you out. Don't know whether it's getting started in some football or if you guys need to get a hold of anything athletically or you're looking for some deals. Come check us out and stay tuned this upcoming year. A lot of good stuff happening. A lot of soccer coverage coming, guys. Excited for that. Kansas City Current, Sporting, and UPSL for the FC Commets. Ready for it. Guys, have a great and safe New Year's. Do not drink and drive. Get a designated driver. That's my only advice. That goes for everybody every year, no matter what. Just make good choices, and hopefully you have a great and healthy and safe New Year's. Take care on the Sports Timeout. See you next time in Season 10.